For years, fans have speculated. Whispers, interviews, and cryptic moments between Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe have fueled endless theories. But now, the wait is over. Sam has finally broken his silence, and what he just revealed about Caitriona Balfe changes everything we thought we knew. This is the truth, and it's more surprising than anyone expected. For years, fans have watched and wondered. The glances, the giggles, the quiet solidarity between Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe, it all sparked one question. Was there more? Speculation swirled like Scottish mist, fueled by interviews laced with subtle tension and cryptic quotes. But tonight, everything changes. Sam Heughan has finally spoken, not as Jamie Fraser, not as a leading man, but as himself. And what he revealed about Caitriona Balfe isn't just heartfelt, it redefines their entire story. She's not just my co-star, she's the person who taught me how to trust the process, how to be vulnerable on screen. I owe her more than I've ever admitted. From red carpet rumors to private emotional moments behind the scenes, this confession pulls back the curtain. And now, fans are asking, what was real? What was fiction? And what comes next? Stay with us as we dive deeper into the legacy of this iconic partnership and the bond that kept us believing. The air inside Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con was electric. Fans clutched tartan scarves and whispered theories as the lights dimmed and the teaser for Outlander Season 8 flickered to life. What began as a nostalgic montage of Claire and Jamie's journey quickly turned ominous. A single line, read aloud by Jamie Fraser himself, sent shockwaves through the crowd. War is coming to the backcountry, and that James Fraser dies in it. It wasn't just a line, it was a reckoning. For over a decade, Sam Heughan's portrayal of Jamie Fraser has embodied strength, vulnerability, and timeless love. But now, with the series drawing to a close, fans are bracing for the possibility that the Highland warrior may not survive the final chapter. The source of this grim prophecy, a book written by Claire's first husband, Frank Randall, a man whose historical research, often dismissed or ignored, now takes center stage. In the teaser, Jamie confesses to Claire that he's been reading Frank's book. Her response is immediate, almost fearful. What does it say? His answer is quiet, devastating, that James Fraser dies in it. Is this foreshadowing or misdirection? Fans are divided. Some believe it's a clever narrative twist, a red herring designed to stir emotion. Others fear it's a final warning, a truth that's been hiding in plain sight. After all, Jamie has faced death before. He survived Culloden, imprisonment, and war. But this time, the stakes feel different. This time, the end feels real. Season 7 left viewers reeling with the revelation that Faith, Claire and Jamie's daughter, long believed to be stillborn, may actually be alive. That twist alone would be enough to anchor an entire season. But now, with war looming and Jamie's fate uncertain, the emotional weight of Season 8 threatens to eclipse everything that came before. Executive producer Matthew B. Roberts described the final season as a love letter to the fans. Meryl Davis added, "We wanted to honor the journey, not just end it." And the cast? They're feeling it too. Sophie Skelton called the tone nostalgic. Richard Rankin added, sexy and dangerous. Sam Heughan, ever poetic, chose heartbreaking and eternal. The Comic-Con panel was more than just a promotional event. It was a goodbye. Caitriona Balfe, unable to attend in person due to filming commitments, sent a heartfelt video message that left fans in tears. She promised, "We're not done yet. I'll see you before the show airs." Sam Heughan, flanked by co-stars and producers, reflected on the journey. He said, "We've created this amazing family. It's been hard. This might be our last Comic-Con, but who knows?" His voice cracked slightly. A rare moment of vulnerability from the man who's carried the weight of Jamie Fraser for over a decade. As Outlander prepares to close its final chapter, a new story begins. Outlander, Blood of My Blood, the franchise's first prequel, premieres August 8th on Starz. The series will explore the origin stories of Jamie and Claire's parents, Ellen Mackenzie and Brian Fraser in 18th century Scotland, and Julia Morriston and Henry Beauchamp in World War I England. The teaser for the prequel hints at time travel, forbidden love, and clan politics. Showrunner Matthew B. Roberts described it as Romeo and Juliet meets The Sopranos. Diana Gabaldon, author of the original novels, is consulting on the series and has already contributed story material. As the final season approaches, fans are grappling with the legacy of Jamie and Claire. Their love has defied time, war, and death. But can it survive history itself? The teaser ends with a haunting image, Jamie and Claire walking toward a stone circle shaped like the number 8, a symbolic nod to the show's time travel motif. It's a visual reminder that every promise, every sacrifice, every moment has led to this. Sam Heughan summed it up best. Jamie and Claire's love is eternal.
For years, Outlander has stood as a beacon of emotional storytelling, historical drama, and timeless love. It's not just a television series, it's an immersive experience. It pulls viewers into distant lands, forgotten wars, and whispered promises that echo through the ages. Fans have watched season after season as Claire and Jamie Fraser transcended time, geography, and hardship to remain united against all odds. But now, with the announcement of the 8th and final season, a wave of bittersweet anticipation rolls across the fandom. Yes, it is the closing chapter of this beloved series, and though the story is drawing to an end, its legacy is only growing stronger. Let's take a deeper look at what awaits us in this final season. A tribute not only to the characters, but to every viewer whose heart was swept away by the magic of Outlander. From the Highlands of Scotland to the battlefields of the American Revolution, Outlander has carried us through centuries of love and loss. Based on the acclaimed novels by Diana Gabaldon, the television adaptation on Starz introduced viewers to Claire Randall, a World War II combat nurse with a sharp mind and compassionate heart, who is unexpectedly thrust through time into 1743 Scotland. There, she meets Jamie Fraser, a Highland warrior whose courage, wisdom, and soul-deep intensity becomes the anchor to her new and ancient life. Their love burns across decades, enduring war, separation, heartbreak, and healing. It's that enduring passion and resilience that became the soul of the series. Over the years, audiences have watched them grow from strangers to soulmates, from exiles to leaders, from dreamers to survivors. And now, as Season 8 looms on the horizon, viewers are preparing for what may be the most emotionally charged season of all. The 8th season will be shorter, comprised of just 8 episodes. But make no mistake, brevity does not mean simplicity. Every episode promises weight, drama, and emotional richness. And the cast returning for this final chapter reads like a roll call of the characters who have shaped the story from the beginning. Sam Heughan reprises his role as Jamie Fraser, the soul of the series, with Caitriona Balfe returning as Claire Fraser, equal in brilliance, strength, and grace. Their chemistry remains unmatched, and in this final season, it promises to reach its most poignant heights. Also returning are Sophie Skelton as Brianna, Bree Mackenzie, and Richard Rankin as Roger Mackenzie, the next generation of time travelers whose journey has become a parallel reflection of Jamie and Claire's sacrifices. David Barry returns as the dignified and complicated Lord John Grey, and Charles Vandervaart steps once more into the boots of William Ransom, whose parentage and loyalties will continue to stir emotional waves. But that's not all. Viewers will see John Bell as the ever-resilient young Ian, whose scars and stories have made him a fan favorite. Izzy Meikle-Small reprises her role as Rachel Hunter, bringing tenderness and strength to the canvas. Joey Phillips returns as Dr. Denzel Hunter, a man of reason in a world constantly torn by conflict. Cesar Domboy and Lauren Lyle return as Fergus and Marzali Fraser, characters whose fierce loyalty and growth have added depth to the Fraser legacy. These familiar faces offer not just continuity, but emotional gravity. Their experiences, choices, and relationships are threads woven into the larger fabric of the Outlander story. And as we head into this final act, their presence ensures the story remains grounded in the past while reaching toward the future. Yet Outlander has never been afraid to introduce new characters, fresh voices that shape and challenge the lives of those we know and love. In Season 8, 3 new faces join the journey. Kieran Boo takes on the role of Captain Charles Cunningham, a retired British soldier whose past may be tangled in secrets and loyalties. Frances Tomelty portrays Elspeth Cunningham, Charles's mother, a woman whose presence suggests complexity, authority, and perhaps wisdom born of pain. Carla Woodcock joins the cast as Amaranthus Grey, adding another dimension to the influential Grey family. These additions aren't mere background color. They promise to drive new subplots, spark new dynamics, and offer unexpected revelations in this final season. And if Outlander has taught us anything, it's that new characters often bring the biggest surprises. The filming location for Season 8 remains deeply rooted in Scotland, the land that gave birth to Jamie Fraser's Fire and the show's aesthetic heartbeat. Its hills, lochs, castles, and coastlines will once again serve as the visual poetry behind every episode. With the exception of Season 3, which ventured briefly into South Africa, Outlander has largely remained faithful to its Scottish roots. And as the series draws to a close, returning to these familiar landscapes feels like coming home. Scotland is more than just a filming location. It's the soul of Outlander. It's the whispering stone circles, the rugged terrain, the echoes of battle, and the quiet promise of love whispered beneath misty skies. Expect the visual storytelling in this season to be nothing short of cinematic. As for the storyline itself, fans and readers alike are curious about how closely the show will follow Diana Gabaldon's book series. Season 8 is anticipated to cover material from the 8th and 9th novels, written in my own heart's blood and Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone. However, since the 10th book remains unfinished, the television series must chart its own course for the final resolution. But fans needn't worry. Gabaldon has written episode 809 herself and has contributed insight to the finale. This means the conclusion, while original, will still carry her creative voice. It may deviate from the books, but it will not feel alien. It will feel authentic, aligned with the emotional truths that have defined Outlander since its first frame. The official release window for Season 8 has been set for early 2026. Though a specific date has yet to be confirmed, the announcement made at San Diego Comic-Con has solidified that fans have one more year to anticipate, prepare, and speculate. And that wait brings its own gift. Time to revisit previous seasons, reconnect with favorite moments, and delve deeper into the layered storylines. This extended build-up transforms a simple release date into a cultural event. Now, just as the final season approaches, Starz is expanding the Outlander universe with a brand new prequel titled Blood of My Blood. Set to premiere on August 8, 2025, this new series will explore the early love stories that eventually gave rise to Jamie and Claire themselves. With its own distinct emotional tones and period setting, the prequel promises depth, romance, and insight. Harriet Slater steps into the role of Ellen Mackenzie, Jamie's mother, a character known for her fire and independence. Jamie Roy portrays Brian Fraser, Jamie's father, a man whose legacy casts long shadows. Claire's lineage also gets its spotlight. Hermione Corfield takes on the role of Julia Morriston, and Jeremy Irvine plays Henry Beecham, Claire's father. These characters aren't merely historical figures. They're the building blocks of the passion and strength that define Jamie and Claire. Blood of My Blood is produced by the same team behind Outlander, ensuring continuity in tone, quality, and emotional weight. Its premiere will offer viewers a chance to experience love stories from an earlier time, possibly laying bare truths and perspectives that resonate with those who followed the original series closely. It's not just an expansion. It's a mirror, a lens through which we understand more deeply what shaped the love that became central to Outlander. With Season 8 and the prequel on the horizon, it's clear that Outlander isn't just saying goodbye, it's evolving. The final season will close the main storyline, but it won't close the door. Viewers will walk away with answers, with closure, and with the possibility of more stories still to be told. What lies ahead may differ from the books, but it will honor the spirit of the original tale. And in doing so, it will give fans the gift of farewell without finality. So what can viewers expect? A season of emotional reckoning. Characters will face hard truths, confront their pasts, and make irreversible decisions. Jamie and Claire will likely be tested one last time, not by fate or violence, but by time itself. Bree and Roger will continue to define their legacy, while grappling with their own challenges. Lord John will navigate loyalties that stretch beyond politics. William Ransom may discover truths that redefine his identity. And new characters, Cunningham and Maranthus, could turn the tide in ways we can't yet imagine. The 8th season of Outlander is more than a goodbye, it's a culmination. It's a moment when decades of storytelling converge. Every betrayal, reunion, sacrifice, and vow will come into focus. It's also a testament to the fans who've embraced this story for over a decade. Their devotion turned Outlander into not just a hit show, but a cultural phenomenon. As we prepare for the final release, we do so not with sorrow, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the creators, writers, actors, and viewers who shaped the journey. Gratitude for the magic that bound modern life to ancient tales. And gratitude for the enduring truth at Outlander's core. That love, when true, defies everything, even time. So, whether you're watching for romance, history, drama, or adventure, Season 8 will deliver. It will challenge your heart, stir your spirit, and leave you changed. The Fraser family's story may reach its end, but the world they built will live. In the world of premium television, few stars carry the kind of presence Sam Heughan does. His name has become synonymous with passion, grit, and a kind of timeless masculinity that transcends eras. Whether he's clad in 18th century tartan or modern-day streetwear, Heughan captures attention, not just for his looks but for the emotional depth he brings to every role. And this week, that presence surged back into the spotlight as the Outlander icon unveiled a stunning transformation at San Diego Comic-Con 2025. The event, known for launching fan frenzy and teasing cinematic revelations, became the stage for a personal reinvention. Fans of the actor were already anticipating updates about the final season of Outlander. Yet what they got was something even more striking: a visual reintroduction to Sam Heughan himself. At 45, Heughan arrived at the convention with a magnetic aura that felt cinematic in its own right. Dressed in dark-washed denim, sturdy boots, a classic black tee layered beneath a casual button-up shirt, he struck a balance between rugged elegance and effortless charm. But what turned heads wasn't just the outfit, it was the hair. A cropped, almost buzz cut paired with a sculpted beard gave him a bold new silhouette. Gone was the flowing mane that fans had come to associate with Jamie Fraser. In its place was a sleeker, edgier version of the actor that whispered Shakespearean rebellion. When Heughan shared the photos on social media, the caption was simple: captured at Comic-Con camera with Flash 2025 at Twinsider. But the impact of those moody, stylized images was anything but understated. TV Insider's lens captured more than a physical update, it revealed a reinvention. The close-ups radiated confidence, maturity, and a quiet intensity that hinted at something deeper. While some of the frames focused solely on Heughan, others included his Outlander co-stars Sophie Skelton and Richard Rankin, adding layers of anticipation for the show's 8th and final season. But fans were quick to speculate. This wasn't just a style shift for Outlander. It was something theatrical, something poetic, something Shakespearean. For followers who've been keeping tabs on Heughan's career outside of television, the buzz made immediate sense. The look, they believed, was no accident. It was Macbeth. In the comments section beneath the post, the response was electric. One fan declared, "Fierce and handsome. You are going to rock Macbeth. Can't wait to see you." Others chimed in with equal enthusiasm. "These are beautiful photos. You leave no one indifferent to your charm." One wrote, pairing their praise with emojis that suggested hearts, flames, and admiration. Many noted that the beard brought out an almost regal quality, something dark, commanding, and layered with myth. "I'm loving your Macbeth beard," said another fan. "Can't wait to see it in person. Very dashing." A few even leaned into the Shakespeare references more playfully, looking very Shakespearean these days. And then there was the admiration wrapped in humor. "Damn, Sam, you need to stop teasing us. I'm joking, but you do look rather handsome there." Heughan's evolving style has long been a subject of conversation among fans. As Jamie Fraser, his flowing auburn hair became iconic, symbolic of the character's untamed loyalty, rugged independence, and fiery emotion. But the beard, which he's been quietly growing for some time, signals a change in narrative. It feels theatrical, deliberately cultivated, and steeped in literary symbolism. Macbeth, after all, is not a character for the faint of heart. He's tormented, passionate, ambitious, and ultimately tragic. And in prepping to take on the titular role in the Royal Shakespeare Company's upcoming production, Heughan seems to be leaning fully into that transformation. Scheduled to premiere this fall at the Other Place in Stratford-upon-Avon, the production of Macbeth will see Heughan sharing the stage with acclaimed actress Leah Williams, who will play Lady Macbeth. Their pairing, according to early interviews, promises psychological intensity, dramatic nuance, and emotional fireworks. It's a homecoming of sorts for Heughan, who once appeared in a small role in Macbeth as a young actor of 18. Now, more than 2 decades later, he returns to the same play, not just older but wiser, deeper, and equipped with years of performance behind him. In interviews leading up to Comic-Con, Heughan has called the role terrifying, but also the drug I've been chasing. There's vulnerability in that admission. It reveals a performer who still craves challenge. A man unafraid to revisit his beginnings and embrace the complexity of Shakespeare's tragic hero. The timing of the transformation couldn't be more potent. Outlander is entering its final season, filmed in Scotland and set to premiere in early 2026. The show has followed Claire and Jamie across decades of war, passion, and historical upheaval. It's given Heughan global fame, legions of fans, and artistic growth. But while fans are bracing themselves for the emotional impact of saying goodbye to Jamie Fraser, Heughan is already stepping forward into the future, with Macbeth beckoning him toward a darker, more visceral form of storytelling. And that's part of the magnetism surrounding his Comic-Con appearance. It wasn't just a photo shoot, it was a pivot, a moment of transition, an actor shedding one skin and stepping into another, letting fans witness that evolution in real time. The venue couldn't have been more symbolic. Comic-Con has long been the place where fantasy meets fandom, where art intersects with pop culture. But this year, for Heughan, it also served as a bridge, connecting the historical drama of television to the raw power of live theater. The duality in Heughan's career is becoming a defining characteristic. On the one hand, he plays romantic heroes with courage and soul. On the other, he's leaning into roles that require psychological depth and moral complexity. Macbeth is no simple warrior. He's a man haunted by prophecy, seduced by ambition, and wrecked by his own choices. To embody that requires not just talent, but transformation. And as fans devour every image from Comic-Con, it's clear that Heughan isn't just ready, he's already there. But let's talk about impact. The style change, short hair, structured beard, minimalist wardrobe, isn't just a visual update. It's storytelling. In theater, every strand of hair, every angle of light, every shadow matters. Heughan's look now mirrors that discipline. It's carefully constructed, but it also feels organic. Like a man preparing not just for a role, but for immersion, for consequence, for legacy. The response online has been overwhelming. Fan accounts have been sharing, reposting, and dissecting every frame of the photo shoot. Style blogs are noting the shift in aesthetic. Theater critics are speculating on his stage presence. And across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, phrases like Macbeth beard and Shakespearean Sam are trending among fan circles. It's not just admiration, it's anticipation. Everyone wants to know what Heughan's Macbeth will look like, sound like, feel like. Will he bring the same tenderness that defined Jamie? Or will he tap into something darker, More ruthless, more haunted? That question is part of the thrill. And Heughan knows how to tease. His social media post didn't give anything away beyond the images. No theatrical quotes. No hints at character. Just visuals, moody, stark, magnetic. It's the kind of restraint that builds suspense. The kind of presentation that feels deliberate, even poetic. And while fans wait for Macbeth's curtain to rise in October, there's still Outlander to celebrate. The final season will bring closure to a journey that began over a decade ago. It will give fans one last chance to walk the moors, hear the heartbeat of the Highlands, and watch Jaime and Claire defy history once more. But for Sam Heughan, it also marks a turning point. From historical romance to tragic theater. From television icon to Shakespearean lead. His Comic-Con reveal was more than a fashion moment. It was a statement of artistic intent. So, what does it mean when a single haircut can stir so much conversation? When a beard becomes a symbol? It means audiences are invested, not just in the character, but in the man behind him. Sam Heughan has earned that investment. Through years of storytelling, vulnerability, and evolution, he's shown us that acting isn't just about performance, it's about transformation. And now, as Macbeth looms, he's stepping into that transformation with style, substance, and something thrillingly unpredictable. He's no longer just Jamie Fraser. He's Sam Heughan, actor, artist, provocateur. And this fall, with a dagger in hand and destiny on the horizon, he will walk onto Shakespeare's stage and let the spotlight fall. Comic-Con captured the image. But the real drama is just beginning.